Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for an informative and exciting Global Cruise Line webinar with PONANT. My name is Johanna de Guzman. I am the Manager of Industry Relations for North American Travel Trade Membership here at CLIA, and I'm just going to quickly go through some housekeeping before introducing our presenters. The webinar will run for about 40 to 50 minutes with time for questions at the end. Please feel free to type your questions and comments in the questions module of the webinar, and we will get to them at the conclusion of the presentation. This webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, CLIA Global. It is my pleasure to introduce our two presenters, Yannetti Perez and Nick Adolph. Yannetti serves as the Business Development Director for the Southeast region, comprising of 10 states. Yannetti is responsible for PONANT's brand awareness, sales, training, and strategic marketing for various national and host accounts. An industry veteran with 28 years of cruise industry experience, beginning her career at Royal Caribbean in 1955. She has unrivaled passion for developing new and existing relationships, solving challenges, and contributing to the travel advisor's success. Nick is the Director of Business Development in the Northwestern region. Born in Colorado and raised in a ski town, Nick's passion for hospitality, travel, and serving others started at a very young age. After working in hotel operations for several years, he found a love for expedition travel, working in sales and business development at Zigram and International Expeditions. Nick most recently worked at Ultimate Jet Vacations, a boutique luxury wholesaler, exclusive partnering with travel advisors prior to joining PONANT. Nick has an insatiable appetite for new adventures and new destinations. When not promoting travel, Nick explores his home state of Washington, hiking, snowboarding, paddleboarding, or camping. He is passionate about our environment and sustainability, which was a draw for him to join PONANT. And with that, take it away, Yannetti and Nick.
Hello, thank you, Joanna, for such a beautiful introduction. My name is Yannetti Perez, and I'm so happy to be with you today. I have with me the pleasure of sharing this webinar with Nick. And Nick, we're going to provide really great information regarding Alaska and what inspires to sail aboard a PONANT ship. Moving right along, we're going to be having an exclusive webinar for all live participants. Advisors will receive a $250 e-card per booking, and it's going to be sold. Have to sell this within 5 business days, so that will be November 27th. And your client will be receiving $100 per person onboard credit. This is only applicable for Alaska bookings, so please reach out to us if you have any questions, but we're here to help you grow your PONANT business. Nick?
Wonderful. Thank you, Yannetti. That's a great intro, and thank you again for having us all today, CLIA, and for joining us. Thrilled to share that, we just celebrated 35 years of exploration here at PONANT, delivering unforgettable and authentic experiences in luxury ways all across the world. We were started by a group of maritime sailors from France with a dream of helping others explore the world via small ship, and that ethos carries us forward today. As we stand in 2023, we have a fleet of 12 expedition vessels consciously built to explore some of these most remote regions in maximal comfort. We're proud to offer over 400 itineraries across 450 ports of call to all 7 continents. And we have a little video we're going to show you to share a bit more about life with PONANT. Excellent. I really just love that video there. Give us a moment as we pull the presentation back up.
You can't see it?
No, it's still the video.
Back now?
Yes, we
Here.
need to go back to presenter mode.
Beautiful.
Looks like
Thank
we're still
you.
toggling between your email and presentation again. There we
We're
go.
back.
Yes, we are back. Thank you all. So PONANT is extremely proud of our recent awards and recognition, but particularly proud of this one being named the #1 environmentally friendly cruise line by the Naboo Cruise ranking. Our sustainability mindset and actions towards carbon reduction were a big draw, as we mentioned earlier, for me personally to join PONANT. We utilize some of the latest technology like electric propulsion to make our vessels essentially hybrids and not solely reliant on fuel to get around. We also have things like advanced wastewater treatment on board and utilize dynamic positioning through our satellite technology, which means we do not have to drop anchor in the destinations that we're visiting, protecting the ocean floors everywhere we go. Each itinerary goes through rigorous review by our environmental impact assessment team, and we've instituted a zero impact landing protocol for our expeditions. We know something both our guests and our travel advisor partners are very mindful of. I love this slide here because it gives you a great idea of all of the destinations that PONANT visits every year. We're very much known for our Arctic trips, which make up about 15% of our itineraries. However, we do a lot more than that, and we do hope you consider us for your clients' desires to visit the rest of the world. So whether that's the Caribbean, Oceania, Northern Europe, again, we offer it all. About 10% of our expeditions take place in the Arctic. As I mentioned, 15% in the Antarctic. About 15% of our offerings will be in Indian Ocean, Seychelles, the Maldives, kind of with the scattered islands there. We offer about 15% of our itineraries in APAC, including destinations like Australia's Kimberley, Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, places like that. About 25% or most of our sailings will actually take place in and around Europe. Most advisors I've talked to this year had, Italy, Greece, top destinations for their clients, and seeing those destinations by small ship is a fabulous way to go about it. And again, highly recommend you consider PONANT. Once you're on board, there's a lot that's included for your clients in that purchase price. So think all meals on board, as well as gratuities, port fees, and taxes. We do offer an open bar, not just for beer, wine, and liquor, but also for coffee, teas, soft drinks, juices. And this can all be enjoyed in your room as well. We do offer 24-hour room service, which we're proud to provide for our clients. You also have access to butler service whenever you purchase one of our suites on board, and unlimited Wi-Fi across all your devices, making it very easy to stay connected in most of the destinations that we visit. You do have an in-room minibar that gets restocked daily. Participation in our expeditions or shore landings via Zodiac is included across all of our departures. On our Smithsonian Journey departures, you do get a specialized shore excursion in every port led by our Smithsonian Journey specialists, which we'll talk a little bit about more later. During our polar expeditions to Antarctic and the Antarctica, you'll get a parka on board that you get to keep, as well as boots on board to borrow. One thing that's really exciting, we've listened to our advisor partners as well as our clients, and in 2024 and into 2025, all of our yachting excursion itineraries will also have excursions included at each port of call. So excited about that. And Yannetti, you want to tell us a bit about our typical clientele on board?
Yes, absolutely. This is great. And this is a great slide because I really want you to know who's your client in your database. Do you have clients, PONANT clients in every single category? Have clients for the exploration, appreciates all-inclusive value, prefers a relaxed boutique, intimate atmosphere. Thanks to the size of our ships, the maximum capacity is 260 guests, all the way down to a sailing vessel with just 32 passengers. The desires to have a relaxed elegance with cultural engagements and exploration. This is one of the aspects that I love more about PONANT, and really make sure that our clients are satisfied with a dress code. It's a country club casual atmosphere, so there's no need for night gowns or suits or anything like that. The demographic that we speak to, it's those empty nesters and older. We do have an international mix of like-minded individuals. Approximately 55% are English-speaking clients. 45% are from various parts of the world. And I have to tell you, one of the ones that we're attracting the most demographic, it's from Australia and New Zealand. So we have where our English speaking clientele, it's really growing more every single year. And our clients are well-traveled, wishing to fulfill their wish list of destinations, not a bucket list, because those are definitely counted. So wish lists continue to grow and grow. And these are the type of clients that we want. We also have a huge repeat of solo travelers, because we offer over 140 sailings with no single supplement, not only for 24, but we also have availability for 25. So please look no further than PONANT. And I'll give you some information now regarding the Alaska. We have 12 departures in summer of 2024. And I'll show you now a video, a brand new video of PONANT. Sorry, I'm having a little bit difficulties here, but I'll be almost there with you. It's uploading. I guess we're gonna have to move right along because it's not uploading. Can you see it?
Yeah, just go back to presentation mode.
Okay, we'll go back to presentation mode because unfortunately it's not playing well. Okay, so let's go back to Alaska. So the 5 reasons to explore Alaska by small ship. We definitely traveling on small ship means the whole world of an experience, because we're going to lesser known ports of call. We're going to Cape, to Adolph Bay, we're going to different places, Petersburg. So right now we are in the really aim of exploring Alaska, traditional villages, meet with local individuals, special access to ports of and ancient totem halls. I mean, it's such a difference, much more up and personal, seeing the orcas, the bears, the so much that you can see closer to the shore. And then it's like sailing on your own private yacht, because we have 1-to-1 staff to guest ratio, ensuring that everyone is having an attentive service, and less waiting, more exploring. You do not have to get off the ship with 5,000 other people just going into the same ports of call, Juneau, Ketchikan. So we really are providing or rediscovering Alaska in a whole different way. This is more exploring the inner Alaska. The last time waiting online, you have to disembark. So none of that will be experienced aboard a PONANT ship. And really, you take the whole family with you. Why? Because it's Alaska, it's a multi-generational product, and you can bring your clients. And one of the things that I love the most is that our kids really sail for free when they are sailing with their grandparents, parents, as a 3rd or 4th passenger. So from the ages to 5 to 17 years of age, they are free of charge.
Hey, Yannetti, we need to go back to presentation mode. We can still see like the rest of PowerPoint.
I am there.
Oh, now our video is going to load.
Okay, so this is a really important information to provide you, and this is a cruise comparison. If you look at an 8-night Alaska Inside Passage aboard PONANT and a 7-night Alaska Inside Passage with a mass market cruise line, look at the rate of $58.70. And the $58.70, it's not the price, it doesn't include the $300 per person first time cruiser discount of $300, so that will be $55.70. And then you have a mass market which starts at $21.31. Look at the solo cruise fare, it's $58.70 on PONANT, so it will be the same rate. However, on a 7-night mass market, it's $48.26. With us, you have included open bar, and with the mass market, it's $15 maximum drinks. This means that you have the water, the sodas, everything is counted, and I can drink more than 10 little bottles of water per day. So can you imagine that? And then I want to have drinks, so that really limits us. And then you have gratuities, and you have Wi-Fi, which is unlimited, and otherwise you have only one device counter. You have for our room service, the specialty restaurant. Our restaurants are all specialty. Shore excursions are definitely included. So you look at the price per person, we're already at $49.67. The total for the single occupancy jumps to $69.61. So you have a per diem of $734 with us versus a $710 on a mass market cruise. However, it is actually masqueraded to be just $21.31, but you're not getting commission on those amenities. So for example, an 11% commission with PONANT, you're earning $1,320 versus $640. So the ship, look at this, the ship is, you're only sailing with 264 guests, and then otherwise you'll be sailing with 3,660 guests. And guess what? This is not really including all the staff that has to get off board, and you're going into destinations that are really off the beaten path. So this is something very important to really tell your clients. It's the experience, it's like no other. So this is the first itinerary with Smithsonian Journeys, featuring engaging discussion with 2 Smithsonian Journeys experts. This will be John Grabowska, natural history filmmaker, and you have Scott Burns, who's a geologist. So here, this is more a cultural immersion experience. We're going to have lectures on board. On every single sailing, we'll have lectures on board. But here, we're bringing 2 experts that are really provide such an immersion experience. And this alliance, with Smithsonian Journeys, we have it in about 24 sailings, peer-rated sailings over all many destinations. You have Norwegian fjords, you have Greek Isles. I mean, there's so much to look for. And also, of course, it's Alaska here. We have 2 sailings. You can really observe the Inside Passage. This itinerary is the same as the other ones that we're doing with our expedition leaders. And this will be also including the flight from Seattle to Sitka. So you're going into really off the beaten path destinations. For example, you're going into excursions that are going to be more in tune with meeting the local inhabitants. You have also one activity complimentary for Port of Call. There's complimentary excursions, and also relying also on the level of activity per guest. So there's going to be several of them. Some ports of call will be optional tours, and those are going to be focused on small ports of call. As I said, communities, optional tours may be available. The vessel is really going into small ports of call, and you're getting closer to the misty fjords instead of having to be paid. The expedition leader consists of 1 expedition leader for 8 naturalists. So once you get offshore and on board, you're going to have educational experiences that are really exceptional. And then you have also other itineraries that the Alaska and the Grand Acre. These are also the overnight in Anchorage and a visit to Seward. So from here, you're going into Seward, you're going into Prince William Sound, Elfin Cove, Sitka, Cape, Skagway. Many other cruise lines cannot get into Skagway, but here you have three specific itineraries that are really, really beautiful. And we're providing a 25% PONANT bonus right now, and also no single supplement. And moving right along to you.
Yeah, can you go back? Oh, yeah, we're good here. Awesome. So I want to move over to the eastern part of North America and highlight some of our newer and more exciting itineraries as well, starting with this fabulous 15-night expedition from Iceland to Canada, going from Reykjavik to Toronto. Explore fjords, rugged mountains, glaciers, wild tundra, sheer cliffs, and polar ice caps. Some anticipated wildlife we hope to encounter include seabirds, caribou, musk oxen, whales, and orcas. You'll have an opportunity to sail around the southern tip of Greenland and explore the Prince Christian Sund, a narrow 100-kilometer long passage with stunning cliffs and glaciers. I had an opportunity to sail through here in 2019 aboard La Champlain out on our promenade, one of the Explorer vessels, and it is truly stunning. From there, we'll move over to Newfoundland and that kind of area of northern Canada, get an opportunity to visit the L'Anse aux Meadows, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and the only known site to have been established by Vikings. You'll get to transport back in time for kind of a day in the life of Vikings, explore, thatch roofed housing, bread making, and safely get to experience some axe throwing if you would like, or if your guests would like. We can talk about the next one, Yannetti. Along the St. Lawrence, again, another newer itinerary for us coming this fall. So you do get to sail on the St. Lawrence, home to a diverse, rich ecosystem. Explore Quebec and its historical center, again, another UNESCO World Heritage Site. Explore landscapes such as peat bogs, jagged mountains, again, sheer cliffs and majestic fjords, as well as the boreal forests. Some other wildlife we hope to encounter on this itinerary would include white-tailed deer, snowy owls, bald eagles, razorbills, gray seals, harbor seals, blue whales, minke whales, as well as beluga whales. And this does include flights from Montreal to our embarkation port of St. Pierre Island. So again, a great opportunity for your clients and hopefully some new destinations they haven't visited. We'll continue on as we explore more of our Great Lakes. These have been really popular itineraries for our American consumers as well as our Canadian our Canadian clients. On this Lake Superior itinerary, get to explore Bayfield and the Apostle Islands, remarkable sanctuary, again, stunning redstone sea caves, and the North Shore Interior Passage, known for its lighthouses that kind of dot through the boreal forest. You'll also get to discover Bayfield, a small town, a charm from the past, as well as get to visit Mackinac Island, known for its horse-drawn carriages. Again, taking guests back in time, surrounded by the Victorian-style buildings, kind of creating those feelings of yesteryear. And this starts at an all-inclusive price of $8,900. Now for our Exploring the St. Lawrence, again, very excited about this itinerary in partnership with the Smithsonian Journeys. As Yannetti mentioned on those, we do get two Smithsonian Journey specialists who join us who are subject matter experts, whether that's in history, art, science, culture, things like that. Aboard this, you'll also get to experience, again, the World UNESCO Heritage Sites in Quebec and Lunenburg. Again, cruise the St. Lawrence, marvel at the engineering of one of our most iconic waterways in North America, and see a variety of ecosystems and geology like Saguenay, Gaspé Peninsula, the Magdalen Islands, and Shackford State Park. Go to the next slide, please. And this is one I want to take a special moment to acknowledge and call attention to. We are doing a first, exploring the St. Lawrence River in the heart of the boreal winter aboard our newest vessel, Le Commandant Charcot. No other passenger ship has been able to do this itinerary because the St. Lawrence does freeze over in the winter time, but we're very excited to have an opportunity to bring our Class 2 icebreaker on the St. Lawrence and explore this unlike anything else. On this itinerary, you will get to join one of our photo ambassadors, Sue Flood, who is from Britain, hopefully get an opportunity to see the Northern Lights. There's a really fabulous scouting video on our YouTube channel if you're interested to learn how these itineraries come to be for PONANT. We did a great spotlight with one of our expedition leaders as they explored this area about a year ago to ensure that Le Combinat Charcot could safely come into these ports of call, understand what ice flows are like in the peak of the winter season, get to meet with some of the indigenous tribes that we'll encounter on this itinerary. I guarantee you some of your clients have not had an opportunity to explore an itinerary like this, and it's a really good opportunity for them to do something new. We're very proud to offer a no single supplement on this itinerary as well. And again, just an opportunity to explore Le Combinat Charcot. It's probably the nicest vessel I've ever stepped foot on. So definitely ensure you promote this to your clients. Wonderful. I'm going to take a brief moment now to deep dive into our various vessels. You'll see kind of the history of PONANT and how we came to be here on this slide. Starting with Le PONANT, our 3-mast sailing vessel. This was the first to enter water for us and actually was refurbished in 2021 during the peak of the pandemic. Originally had 32 staterooms. We've now reduced that to only 16 cabins, most of them suites. For your guests, this means a more luxurious and private experience, essentially on their own beautiful yacht. Join this vessel in some of our warmer destinations like the Caribbean islands, Cape Verde, Greek Isles, and much, much more. We continue to progress to our sister ships. These are purpose-built vessels, La Boreal, La Austral, La Soleil, and La Lyrial. Between 2012 and 2015, these staterooms were designed again for maximum comfort. 95% of these cabins do have balconies, and again, purpose-built. It is a P6 or a Class 6 icebreaker, mostly found in some of our colder climates or our polar regions, as well as some warm weather trips. Quickly, I'll just stay on this slide and talk about our sister ships, our Explorer class vessels. Again, purpose-built between 2018 and 2020. These vessels were, again, designed for expedition, have some unique fixtures like our Blue Eye and our Trifold Marina, and mostly found in our warmer weather destinations. And then obviously, as I mentioned, Le Combinat Charcot, which came out in 2021. Aboard all of our vessels, you'll find beautiful public spaces like what you see here. One of my favorite things about our vessels is we have a lot of natural light that floods in each of these common spaces, a lot of floor-to-ceiling windows in our lounges and promenades. Again, really just immersing your guests in the experience of being in each destination. We can go to the next slide. On our dining facilities on board, we're proud to offer 2 different restaurants. You'll find a dining room more formal like this. Nice thing though is, completely still at your guest's leisure. So there is no need to secure a reservation. Aboard these dining facilities, enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner inspired by our fine French cuisine and prepared by chefs who've been trained in the Alain Ducasse console. We're very proud of our partnership with Alain Ducasse, who has over 21 Michelin stars to his name. If your guests are looking for something maybe a little less formal or more casual, we also invite them to dine in one of our grills on board. These will offer more of a buffet style, again, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes French inspired, other times we look to provision ingredients from the local communities and areas that we are visiting. You can also secure a burger or a hot dog. And again, do want to mention we do have that 24-hour in-room dining at your guest's convenience. Also on board, they'll get to enjoy our theater, opportunities to participate in daily lectures, as well as evening entertainment on board. Our lectures and opportunities to connect with the expedition staff really provide deeper insight into our various destinations, the cultures, the communities, the history that we are exploring. Again, these are done by our expedition staff who are subject matter experts in the field, but can really, transcribe the information to really anyone. It's very palatable. I do not have a science background, and I've always learned so much from our expedition team on board. I now care a lot more about rocks and geology or birds and ornithology than I ever did before, and that is in part due to our expedition staff. So they do a really great job of, providing education to your guests, especially those who are lifelong learners. Again, to kind of round out our public spaces on board, do like to highlight our lounges. Again, you'll notice here that natural light I spoke to. You do have a bar, not just again for cocktails, beer and wine, but also for coffee, tea, juices, pretty much available whenever you would like. We have 2 lounges typically on each of our ships. Our main lounge as well as our observation lounge that you see here. In the main lounge, we'll have things like our captain's welcome, live piano music playing in the evenings, as well as a full service bar, canopies and treats kind of before and after our shore landings and excursions, a very popular place to congregate. If you're looking for a more quiet or intimate experience, our observation lounges is a great place to do that. You'll find, books here in some of our library areas. Again, a popular place to relax, enjoy, unwind, and again, just take in the scenery of the beautiful destinations that we are exploring. And Yannetti, I'll pass it back to you to talk more about our children's program on board.
Our children program, well, our children program happens on we do provide a children's program, and it takes place during the summertime in Mediterranean destinations. However, we do always have a kids session in our ships, and really to entertain, not only the parents entertain the kids, but it's really a place to relax. And as I said before, kids sail free under the age of from 5 to 7 years of age. We do have free of charge once they serving as a 3rd or 4th passenger. This is, we have great accommodations because we have sliding doors that connect to the second room. This is, for example, suite. And we also have other type of cabins that really facilitate families coming on board and sharing a wonderful time. One of the offers, I want to talk about offers because I'm very, very keen in this area. And it's because we have an evergreen offer of $300 per person to welcome new PONANT guests. There's also consortia that offer $100 per person onboard credit. We offer that to our consortia for bring great partners. And also, if your clients are AARP members, 50 and older, we do provide a $100 onboard credit. Kids sell for free from the ages 3 to 7 years old. And also there's no single supplement. So it is very important that you also know about our group programs. We most of the itineraries, you book 8 staterooms and you get 1 stateroom for free. So that will be 2 tour conductors instead of 1 tour conductor. Very important to know that. And moving right along, we have the exclusive webinar offer for live participant. Once again, we'll go over this. Advisors earn a $200, $250 e-card per booking if you make that booking within 5 business days, basically from today until the 27th. And our guests will be receiving a $100 onboard credit. So that means a $300 onboard credit, and this is specifically for Alaska. And one of the things that I love the most is that since you don't pay in advance the shore excursions, you can use the onboard credit to pay shore excursions on board. So basically, for those that are not all inclusive as of now, however, Alaska, it's all inclusive. So those $300 that your clients will be obtaining, they can use them for the boutique as well as for the spot credit and so on. And I also want to very convey this information because it's very important. However, you can also reach out to your business development director for further enhancement of your knowledge on PONANT. But you have a PONANT Academy that it's only about 45 minutes short. Once you complete the academy and you make a booking within 4 months of completion, you will be earning a $100 e-card. And very, very important is the fact that for CLIA members, every booking that you make, if it's 23, 24, or 25, once you redeem this coupon, you will be eligible for a $100 gift card. And this is for every booking fleet-wide. This is a phenomenal way of PONANT saying thank you to the CLIA members. And this is our wonderful team, starting with Ellen McLean, Vice President of Sales, Dale Woods, your Northeast Director, myself, Preston within the Central Region, David, In the Southwest region, we have beautiful Erica. She is the business manager of the Eastern Canada. Nick, Sandra, who's our inside sales manager. Rita is the director of groups, MICE in Latin America. And Catherine, director of customer service and reservations. And now we are very, very appreciative of your time. We thank you so much for your support, and we look to work with each and every one of you. And also, I forgot to say this, PONANT offers a 50% discount for travel advisors to explore PONANT. So please do not hesitate to contact your business development director for your future sailings and for any support that you need from us. So thank you again. Thank you so much, Nick. You did a wonderful job as always. And and we are welcoming now any questions that you may have.
Yes, thank you, Yannetti. Thank you, participants. We actually also do want to go ahead and award someone who's currently in this session with us a $100 gift card today. So Johanna, if you could help us shuffle the participants and select one winner for us, we can follow up with them after the webinar. And any other questions, we can take those now.
Yannetti and Nick, thank you so much for sharing all that PONANT has to offer. I know every time that I've sat in on a PONANT webinar, I just get excited about all the excursions and the destinations. And so I thank you for your time this afternoon and sharing that with our attendees. Just a question here from one of our attendees. Could you speak to if PONANT has a formal night or if there's any dress code requirements, just so that they know what to pack when they're coming on board with you all?
Sure, let me answer this question. We do have a welcome captain night, which ladies usually and men usually, ladies will wear a dress or a pretty nice pants and a blouse, and then gentlemen usually wear a sports coat. And that will be the same with the captain's welcome and also the farewell. And there's usually a white night depending on the itinerary. Oh, and I also wanted to mention that our ships, except of course the Le Ponant, are ADA compliance, and we do have staterooms that accommodate anyone with mobility challenges.
Yannetti, it's like you read my mind because that was one of the questions that the attendees were asking.
Yeah. So now, one of the things when I'm sorry, go ahead.
They were asking about the ADA accessibility on board. Could you also speak to if there are any ADA accommodations that PONANT offers for excursions, or are there limitations to which excursions someone with disabilities would be able to participate in while on board with you all?
Yes, I recently had a travel advisor asking me about Europe. It really depends on the terrain. In Europe, for example, in Sicily, there are a lot of cobblestones. And so we have levels of activities depending on the mobility of our guest. And one of the things that I have to say is for us, taking our guest on a shore excursion and with mobility challenge is not so much of a problem, because we do assist our guests into getting in and out of Zodiacs. So say that if your client, for example, has a mobility challenge and can get in and out of a bathtub or up and down, off an SUV, then they are able to enjoy our shore excursions on Zodiacs. Just remember that not all the shore excursions are on Zodiac, so that is important to know, except for example, the polar region, which will be more into the Antarctica. You get off short landings, we'll call them short landings. So it's very important to know there is some of my problems with accessibility once they get offshore, but if they can get in and out of, as I said, a bathtub, it's absolutely no problem.
It's important to...
I'm glad to hear that everyone can kind of participate. And does that go the same for, are there age requirements for the excursions or the any activities on board?
For the activities on board, for example, on the yachting, and let me just, I really wanted to clarify this, for kids that are ages 3 up to 17 years of age, If they go on a Mediterranean cruise, which we have a program, that it's not a problem. But if we're doing, for example, expeditions, they need to be 5 and older. However, if they're going on the Le Commandant Charcot, because of the extreme destinations that you're able to reach with that ship, then the child needs to be 8 and older. And we also have one of the things that I experienced when I sailed for the first time on Les Soliel is that we have lifts on some of the stairwells. We have very limited stairwells, but for example, there's one on the 4th deck that takes you onto the spa, and there is a lift that clients with wheelchairs can put their wheelchair there, and they'll be transported onto the next level. So we're very, very ADA compliance and friendly.
Yeah. On that note, I will also just add in regards to mobility and understanding, where guests are coming from, and that not every guest is as active, or some are more active than others. Typically in each of our shore landings, whether by Zodiac or by tender, you will be given the opportunity to do various exercises or activities at varying mobility levels. So there's usually, 1, 2, or even 3 different options. They'll usually do a great job of kind of prefacing for you based on what you look to do, your activity level, so you can make the best decision for yourself once you're in destination. So keep that in mind as well.
Great points, Eddie and Nick. Thank you so much. So when you were going over the staterooms, a lot of our attendees were saying how beautiful the staterooms were, but there were a couple follow-up questions about the rooms themselves. Let me just pull it up here.
We have various types of room. For example, on Les Soliel, you have superior stateroom, which is an outside, it's an basically with a window. Then you go up to the category of deluxe, which has a window and a door that leads to the balcony. And then from there on, we have prestige deck 4, prestige deck 5, and those would have a floor to ceiling sliding door. So those have more access to the outdoor. And then if you're looking for staterooms that are not necessarily suites so that can connect, then we have, for example, you can convert into the prestige deck 4 and prestige deck 5. There's a sliding door in the middle with 2 bathrooms, so it will be great for families. And those are the ones that I highly suggest for younger clientele.
Great point, Eddie. Thank you so much for resharing all that information about the suites there. So for the ratio on board, how many, there we go.
And I do have more information regarding the Alaska shore excursion. I was kind of rushing through it.
Yeah, but if you want to go over it one more time, we do have some time here, Eddie.
Okay, perfect. Let me just pull it up because one of the things that I love about this, we're going into really small destinations. For example, in Matlatka, we're going to be the local community visit. It's the only settlement of the indigenous Tsi'an people in the U.S. And guess we'll learn about the way of life, the way that they have their community, the local art center, the totem poles, traditional longhouse. Visitors can also take part in song and dance performance. So it's great. And also in Petersburg, it's a small fishing village. And it was established back in 1897 by Norwegian pioneers and his family. And it's still, you can see the influence of the Norwegian culture in there. There's also public art that we'll see, special appearing in downtown. The guests will have the opportunity to really walk around and look at the city, the murals around the town. There are 2 local museums that we're going to have guided walks on nature trails as well as on Tongass National Park. I mean, there's so much to see. And also in Cake, it's another small fishing village. The community is about 570 residents in a home of the Cake tribe of the Tlingits, who basically control the trade routes of Kui and Kupreanoa Islands. It's basically cake. It's home to 132-foot tall totem pole, and it's the third largest totem pole in the world, the tallest. And it's just there's so much. There's water surrounded by Hollywood, by salmon. I mean, there's the cultural performance. We're gonna have surround salmon streams, bear viewing. I mean, there's so much to see in these little towns. And quite honestly, I just recently went on a big ship to Alaska, and unless you really get off, basically the center downtown, won't really see the pristine Alaska beautiful nature. And with us, it's so easy to see it even from the ship because we get so close to the destination. So those are one of the things that I really want to point out. For example, Point of Dolph, which is a great spot for watching hump whales, in addition to being a really great site for birding. You can see from the ship phenomenal wildlife. So there's a lot of things that we are different to really show you the wilderness and the flora, the fauna, the cultural enrichment of Alaska. So those are things that I love the most. And to talk about the demographic, because I think I went off, the demographic reflects an international clientele. But if your clients are just looking to go to the international destination, but still be among Americans, we have the phenomenal Smithsonian Journeys. I said there are 24 to 25 curated sailings. I mean, so many destinations. As I said, we have the viewers, you have circumnavigation of Sicily, you have Antarctica, and those are only for the English speaking clientele. However, we have some other destinations that are so beautiful, and we have a mix of nationalities. And what I like about this is that it really enriches your cultural mindset, in the sense that they are very like-minded individuals, just like you are. So you're really learning from other like-minded guests.
I'm glad that you went back and reviewed that, Yannetti, because a lot of our attendees are saying that they love it. The cabins look beautiful. Everything is just what they're looking for, all the information you're presenting. So the last question that we had, there's a few follow-up questions, but they're more surrounding the academy information and the agent discounts that you had gone over.
Okay, it is very, very important that you know that each agency has an agency code. So when you go into your PONANT Pro and you don't have an account established, please ask your business development director for that code to make sure that it is the same commission, because if not, you're going to really, really, really low commission, and that's not what you want. So make sure you're basically merging into your account, and that it's done with the agency code that your business development director can provide you. And once you are there, you're going to see the advisor benefits, and that's where you're going to find the sailings that are applicable with the 50% discount. Once you look at that sailing, please contact once again your business development director, and we will provide you a basically kind of information regarding the sailing, if there is space available, because sometimes we just need to make sure that there's sufficient space available so you don't waste your time, and we'll go on to another sailing. But just make sure, please, you reach out to your business development director, not only for that, but to really build your support. And if there's anything else you need, if you need for us to get on the phone to close a sale, we're more than happy to do that. If you need a webinar or training for your staff members, please reach out to us. We will be more than wonderful, just to make sure that everyone understands PONANT, but not only PONANT, but its destinations, because we're going to really off the beaten path that sometimes we or you may not have sufficient information to relate to your clients. So that's where we dig the information and we find it and make sure you look like a star.
Eddie, thank you on behalf of all of the attendees. Thank you very much for offering all of the resources that you've presented with us today. And if let's say I'm a new travel agent and I am interested in selling PONANT, where can I go to create an account to access all of these resources, to see who my BDM contact is, and just to have everything in one place so that I can close a sale on PONANT there?
Absolutely. First of all, I wanted to show you once again our business development team. And here you have your Dale, Nettie, of course, myself. This is where you will start finding who your business development director is for your area. For example, I handle host accounts. It doesn't matter where the travel agent is located. I would handle it, for example, for cruise planners, for travel planners and international, for Oasis Travel Network, and travel experts, and some others. For example, Preston will be in charge of NextGen accounts, and David is in charge of Avoya. So if we have any participants from those host accounts, please make sure that you reach out to the correct business development. Anyhow, we are here to help you. You just have to send us an email or give us a call, and we'll walk you through the process of going into PONANT Pro, providing your agency ID, and then provide you also with the support that you need to make sure you are knowledgeable enough to sell PONANT, and make sure that you're translating into your clients that thirst for exploring the world and really going off the beaten path destinations, and really making sure your wish list grows more and more and more as you sell PONANT.
Yeah, and just to kind of piggyback off of that, Joanna, we'll go ahead and put kind of a recap together to send you that will include, access to PONANT Pro. You'll have Yannetti and I's contact information, and you can always reach out to any of us who then can kind of share to you where you need to go to kind of speak with your specific person.
Exactly.
Was there any other questions?
And I know the attendees really do love being able to contact you all directly so that they have a point of contact for anything and all things PONANT. I'm sure that helps them close sales and get clients on board with you all. We do have a couple more minutes here if you guys wanted to just review anything last minute, or just close with important information or exciting news from PONANT. I'm sure the attendees love it.
Yeah, I do want to make sure too that you help us, Joanna, select one attendee for our $100 gift card that we'd like to present them following the webinar. Since we can't see the attendee list, if you could help us,
sure.
That would be great.
Let me do a random selection, and if you don't mind, I can announce the name if you'd like.
Yes, please.
All righty, it's just selecting randomly here. Give me 1 second. All righty, and our winner is Sonia Smith. So Sonia Smith, congratulations for that $100 gift card from PONANT. And we will get in contact with you. Yannetti, I will make sure to get you and Nick the email address for Sonia so that she's able to receive that gift from you all.
Perfect. Congratulations, Sonia. Thank you for joining.
Well, once again, Joanna, thank you so much for your time. Thank you once again for being a great host, and we appreciate CLIA support, and we're definitely very, very proud of our partnership.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you again. And I will just close with this because you did mention it, and I'm very happy that you all are taking advantage of that. The CLIA bonus commissions that PONANT offers is a great opportunity for all of our travel agents. It's $100, I believe, that you all are offering, $100 gift card. And for the CLIA members, they know that $100 actually covers your membership. So thank you to PONANT for offering that to our members.
Yes, and this is basically, it's also going to be available for 24. So please take a picture of it, have it in the back of it, and make sure that you use it for every single booking for 23, 24, and 25. And once again, thank you so much.
I appreciate the time that you all have given us today, and I hope to see everybody on our next webinar.
Yeah,
Happy Thanksgiving. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.